Hey guys, doing another What's Next. This is on former interim light heavyweight champion Marcus Browne of the United States. Browne is my number 7 light heavyweight in the world right now. That's 175 pounds. He last fought in August of last year when he lost the interim title in a big upset by a 7-round technical decision or 8-round technical decision loss to Jean Pascal. He was boxing well and actually tagging Pascal and hurting him bad in the first couple rounds, but then he got hurt in the third and dropped. And then he got dropped, I think, 2 more times. And the difference on the scorecards was 1 point on all 3 scorecards that Pascal won. So that means Browne was really winning overall action, but those knockdowns hurt him badly. They were all 10-8 rounds. I think one of them was a 10-7 round, and losing those points really hurt him. So, he ended up losing the interim title. Now, he had a mandatory rematch, but he didn't cash in on it. And Pascal went on to face Badou Jack. So, there was talks that Pascal and Badou Jack were going to rematch in May, and Marcus Browne was supposed to face Sullivan Barrera, but then Barrera ended up signing on to face Sergey Kovalev. So, right now it's kind of up in the air if that fight's still happening. I heard that it's still possible that Barrera could face Marcus Browne still, but we don't know. So, let's take a look. His highest ranking right now is 4th in the WBC. So, let's run him through the top 10 and see what's next for light heavyweight contender Marcus Browne. We start with number 1, and that is undefeated IBF WBC unified champ Artur Beterbiev. This fight's not happening. Beterbiev has a IBF mandatory defense due next against Man Fanlong of China. So this fight's not happening next. Number 2 is former 3-time light heavyweight champion Sergey Kovalev. I wouldn't completely rule it out, but I think Kovalev's looking for a more solid veteran. The fight, I think Kovalev is a promotional free agent right now. He can fight anybody, but I don't think he's looking at Marcus Browne. I think Marcus Browne's too young and crafty and solid of a fighter, and Kovalev's coming off that knockout loss to Canelo. I think he's looking to move up to cruiserweight too. And not to say that Marcus Browne wouldn't gain those few extra pounds, because Kovalev's not trying to jump straight to cruiserweight 25 pounds yet, but he wants to gradually move up. But I don't think he wants to take on a fighter of Marcus Browne's skill level in his next fight coming off a loss, so I don't see this one. Number 3 is former WBO champion Eliter Alvarez. Not going to happen. Alvarez is in that 4-man box-off to determine the next light heavyweight champion. So WBO light heavyweight champion, and Marcus Browne is not in that. So, yeah, not going to happen. Number 4, undefeated WBA champion Dimitri Bivol. If Marcus Browne wanted this fight, he could get it, because Bivol's desperate to fight anybody. Marcus Browne could get this fight if he wanted it. Bivol's a super champion. He's undefeated. I don't think he wants to fight. That's the problem. I don't think he wants to fight a guy like Bivol next. He should. I mean, it'd be a good, highly skilled fight between both. But I just think they would have to work with Matchroom, and I'm not sure he wants to take that risk. So I'm gonna lean towards the no. But it could happen if he wanted it. Number 5 is former WBC champion Oleksandr Vocyk of the Ukraine. Vocyk, even though he's with Top Rank, he is ranked, I believe, number 2 in the WBC right now. And the number 1 fighter, Gilberto Ramirez, I think is going to lose his ranking because he's in a promotional dispute right now. So I think this fight could be made, and it could be a final eliminator. So I wouldn't completely rule it out to happen next if he was guaranteed a final eliminator, and it'd be a mandated fight. They'd have to make the fight no matter who the promoters are. So I think this fight could happen. Number 6 is Jean Pascal, a rematch. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I think Pascal would rather face Badou Jack next. So Marcus Browne, I don't see him facing Marcus Browne. Number 7 is Browne. Number 8 would be a rematch with Badou Jack, who he beat last year in January by a clean one-sided unanimous decision. Now, I do believe Jack wants to get revenge, but I think Jack wants the Pascal fight more. And then after he were to beat him, he'd probably give Browne a rematch seeking revenge. So I don't see this one next. Number 9 is Gilberto Ramirez. I mean, I guess it could happen if Ramirez settled his promotional contract and were to sign with the PBC, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think if he does get out of his top-ranked contract, he's going to probably lean towards Matchroom and go over there and fight for Eddie Hearn. So I don't see him and Browne locking up. And then number 7 our number 10 is Joe Smith Jr. Not going to happen. Joe Smith is lining himself up in the 4-man tournament box off for the vacant WBO title. He's likely facing Eliter Alvarez next. So Marcus Browne, that's it for the top 10. Options, not a lot of clean options that he can get. The couple fights that, there's like 1 or 2 fights that he could probably get if he wanted it. I think one for sure, and that's the Dimitri Bivol title fight. If he wanted his first title shot, he could probably get it, and it could probably be worked out between Matchroom and the PBC, but I don't think he wants that fight. So what do I think he's going to do? I think he's probably going to stay busy, fight on the undercard of Jack and Pascal, and hope for the rematch, because Pascal's been working with the PBC. Badou Jack is with the PBC, and I think he could get the winner. So I think he's probably going to stay busy, get a knockout win, and then likely face the winner, hopefully, after that. But I also think the fight with Vocek is possible. Even though Vocek's coming off a loss as well, I think these guys are highly rated. I think Gilberto Ramirez is going to get dropped out of the WBC rankings, or at least dropped down. And I do believe Vocek could face Marcus Browne, could be mandated to face Marcus Browne next for the WBC's #1 contendership. So that's it. That's what's next on Marcus Browne. Hope you guys enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.